I know NIO had a little bit of a rough week this week after they reported their Q2 2021 earnings, but I thought it'd be best to bring it back, take a look at what the year over year earnings report looked like, especially on that record number of deliveries that they had. And then what we'll do is we'll look at the stock price action over the past couple weeks, if not year to date, and we'll finish it off with what the analysts are expecting in the future. We do know that there's some problems surrounding the supply chain right now. We'll touch on all of these topics. But if this is your first time here, my name's Nick. Welcome to Waste of Wealth. Before we get into the video, I'd like to ask you a huge favor. If you learn some new or you get some value out of the video, hit that like button for me. I would definitely appreciate that. And if you haven't already, please consider hitting that subscribe button and turning that notification bell on. I would definitely appreciate that. With no further ado, let's jump in to the earnings report. So we're actually on NIO's site here and we're looking at the second quarter financial results. And obviously the big highlight was the delivery number, a record number. They had 21,896 deliveries in the second quarter alone. They break it down by each individual model that they delivered. And this is an increase of 111%, almost 112 from year over year from the second quarter in 2020. So that is absolutely fantastic. And then a 9.2% increase from the first quarter of 2021. We'll discuss why that number probably hasn't increased as much. But obviously here you can break down and take a look at what the deliveries look like since 2019, so delivering just shy of 5K only 2 years ago. Now all of a sudden delivering almost 22K. So that is definitely the pinnacle of this report. There is some other things that we will definitely point out, but I think the best metric to kind of take a look and see where the company is at is looking at this chart here, and it's obviously giving you the vehicle sales. It'll give you the Q2 number. So you have the 7,900 right here. You see the 7,400 right here. That was last quarter of this year of 2021. But I think the important comparison here is the year over year. So this is something that I'll definitely be paying attention of for a growth company. For NIO, we definitely talked about it before. It's a company that's going to grow. There might be some hiccups along the way, might be some buying opportunities if you want to add to your position or add this position in your portfolio. But just take a look and maybe it's an opportunity to capitalize on a potentially weak quarter based on analysts or what the market's expecting. So you do have vehicle sales, the actual, number of sales that they're producing, not deliveries, but actual sales increasing 127% compared to this time last year. And you see that number drastically increase from 3,400 all the way up to just shy of 8K. So absolutely fantastic. And in my book, I think another important metric to look at is margin. And that's the company's ability to profit, put money in their bank. They're at a 9.7% increase. You have 9.7% margin this time last year, and then you have 20% now. So that's over 1,000 bips in return, which is absolutely incredible. The more that they could do to increase that number makes the business more profitable. You can see there was a little bit of a decline from the last first quarter, but I'm not too concerned about that. We can definitely touch on that moving forward. So again, you're seeing over 100% year over year on total revenues. You have gross profit up 400% year over year. You have margin up over 1,000 bips. You have, some of these net loss numbers and what the balance sheet looks like. Obviously, it's a growth company, so they're not completely profitable. I know that they did beat on earnings per share, but it was still in the negative figure. So as they continue to increase those deliveries, as they continue to, pump out these sales, the company is poised for growth, in my opinion. What we'll do is we'll take a quick look at what the management had to say. So the CEO and CFO comments. So achieved record high delivery in the second quarter of 2021. That's something that they're super proud about. But again, what we talked about before, the global supply chain still faces uncertainties. We've been working closely with our partners to improve the overall supply chain production capacity. They're encouraged by the growing user demand, which is that vehicle sales number. And just to hit on the global supply chain, that's a factor that's faced by every single company right now that deals with actual products. Obviously, the car manufacturers are dealing with the chip shortage. I know that the semiconductors has been a huge implication on the industry. We've seen companies like Ford build the car out to its full extent and then go in and put the chips in later. So that's something that is definitely plaguing this industry right now. And I definitely think that as the demand and the supply issues that are happening with the chips continue to figure itself out, that will only increase the number of deliveries that this company will able to do. And then from there, they'll be able to increase the margins that they're getting on the business. So they've definitely made it a point here to basically bring that to the forefront, saying, hey, we did have a record number of deliveries, although we are dealing with shortages. So that's super cool. And then obviously they want to promote the ET7 in a video. You know, we went over the NIO annual video in months past. So I'll link that above if you haven't seen that. But the ET7 is the flagship for 2022. So they're super excited about rolling that out. And the demand that they're seeing already is fantastic. They have that LiDAR technology. So it's super cool. From here, I think we're going to take a look and see one last thing that I wanted to cover here, and that's what their expectations are in terms of the business moving forward. So we see here for the third quarter of 2021, they want between 23,000 and 25,000 vehicles. That's an increase of approximately 88 to 104% of the same quarter in 2020. And approximately 5 to 14 in the second quarter of 2021. So that's an ambitious goal, but I'm definitely confident that the company should be able to figure that out. Now moving on to the stock price. Obviously, this is a weak performance. Filming this on the 13th, and they reported on the 12th. So you see a little bit of weakness. It's down about 6 to 7% so far during the week. The pre-market doesn't look so hot. Looks like it's going to open here before Friday, just a percent down, so around the 41 to 42 mark. But taking a look at year to date, we definitely see some weakness. I got in to this company around here. I wrote cash secured puts, collected a little bit of premium, wrote it out to November. So if it drops to my 35 strike, I'll definitely be going long on this company, but that's just me personally. Moving into what the analysts have to say. So we look at this Barron's article here saying NIO's earnings were neutral. What Wall Street is saying, obviously neutral. If you look at it from a quarter over quarter, if we're looking from Q1 to Q2, it definitely wasn't all that impressive. But I think the metric with this company is still the fact that the year over year growth is what we're definitely should be focusing on. So we have Citigroup analyst Jeff Chung. He's known as being a NIO bull, cut his price target $2. Okay. So not a lot, but from 72, he dropped it down to 70. Called the report neutral and management guidance conservative. Has some concerns that there's like greater competition, but he still has it as a buy, and that 70 mark from here is still a 57% gain. So still positive, but just taking a little bit of the foot off the gas there. Which is something to take of note, to be honest, although I'm super positive about the company moving forward. This person obviously watches this company more intently, and being on the sell side, they definitely work hand in hand with NIO management in terms of figuring out what's coming down the pipe. So maybe a little bit of further weakness coming down to definitely be seen. Obviously, it's tough to judge off of forecasts. You have Bank of America, Ming Sun Lee, hopefully I said that right, had a slightly more bullish take on the quarter, raising 2022 delivery estimates by 5%, expecting to launch 3 new products, which is like the ET7, buy rating, and a 62 price target. Mizuho, Vijay Rakesh, called the third quarter delivery outlook good and plans to expand the annual capacity is good. NIO is making about 8,000 cars a month. Rakesh has a buy rating and a 65 price target. So still, pretty substantial to where we're sitting at today. Goldman Sachs, Fei Fang, in line with expectations. And Fang noted that more customers are paying for NIO's driver assistant features. Adoption rate was 80% in the quarter, up from 45 to 50% in the first quarter. Has the shares as a hold and a 56% price target. So overall, we have the bullish analysts are super bullish on the stock. 80% of the analysts covering the stock rated as a buy, and average buy rating in the S&P is about 55%. So all in all, a little bit of weakness in the quarter in terms of quarter over quarter, but I think when you look at a year over year growth and all the challenges that this company is facing, I do enjoy it. Make sure you do your own due diligence. Make sure you look into the company if it's something that you're looking to put into your portfolio. It's only your own conviction that will keep it there, especially when it is down 20%. But that's all I have for you. Let me know down below if you like NIO long term. The Tesla of China, a bigger market cap, a bigger potential. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you all have a great week on the markets. Happy trading.